Good morning. Yes, and welcome to Unity in Chicago as we continue our Wizard of Oz series, noticing that all the characters in the Wizard of Oz relate to some aspect of your life and about your road of enlightenment, which is the Yellow Brick Road. My dog Sophie, after last week hearing that Toto made just as much money as the average American, she joined the union, and she can only work on a couple of Sundays now. So she'll be here next week, but for this week we have a substitute. Okay, so on this adventure that is called your life, if you're willing to be in it and play big, put your hand on your heart and say, I'm in. I'm in. And so we are here in the land of Oz. And what do they do in the land of Oz? They sing. So please stand, and our wonderful Gretchen from Munchkinland will lead you.
Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we love the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Buzz, 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 chirp, 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 couple of la-dee-das. That's how the crickets crick all day in the merry old land of Oz. We get up at 12 and go to work at 1. Take an hour for lunch and then at 2 we're done. Jolly good fun. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we love the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Ha ha ha, ho ho ho, ha 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 ha. That's how we love the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Not the merry land of Oz. Pat pat here, pat pat there, and a couple of brand new straws. That's how we keep you young and fair in the merry old land of Oz. Rub rub here, rub rub there, whether you're tin or bras. That's how we keep you in repair in the merry old land of Oz. We can make a dimple smile of a frown. Can you even dye my eyes to match my gown? Got a good town. Clip clip here, clip clip there, wig in the lover's claws. That's certain have some affair in the merry old land of Oz. Ha ha ha, ha ha, a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we love the day away in the merry old land of Oz. Ha ha ha, ha ha, and a couple of tra-la-las. That's how we love the day away with a ha 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 and a ho ho ho, the merry old land of Oz.
Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you, all of you, for joining in on that one. Welcome. Welcome to Unity in Chicago, the merry old land of unity. I am Char Bennington. So, what a pleasure it is to see all of you today on this beautiful celebration Sunday. Your presence is an incredibly important part of this service, so we are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us. Each Sunday we come together, we celebrate our oneness with each other and our oneness with God. In Unity, we welcome people of every culture, lifestyle, and creed. And we honor the many, many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which to experience God. And we give thanks for the presence of God within each and every one of us, and the expression of joy, love, and truth in our lives. Today we join with people all around the world who are reading the Daily Word. And today's Daily Word is guidance. God guides me to my highest good. Sometimes I may face challenges that I don't know how to meet. I may feel hopeless, worried, or lost. In a fog of anxiety, I may hesitate or freeze, afraid of moving in the wrong direction. My mind first turns to the past experience for answers, and then I realize I am ready for fresh ideas, new ideas. I take a deep breath, and I remember to turn to God for guidance. Divine Mind knows my truth and is the source of wisdom, always there for me when I seek a solution. I still my mind and enter the silence. Relaxed and connected to Spirit, I am open to limitless possibilities. New ideas arise, and I receive clear direction. God guides me to my highest good, the right and perfect outcome. And from Psalm chapter 32, verse 8, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. And just a gentle reminder to support the amazing spiritual energy here. We ask that everyone turn off your cell phones and any gadgets that buzz or ring or anything like that. And if you need to use those electronic gadgets, please, during the service, if by chance you need to, just please step into the Sunshine Gallery. Thank you very much. And now Reverend Heidi has a few updates for you.
Thank you. All right. All right. So good morning again. And welcome to Unity in Chicago, your home on Thome. And we are a spiritual community of light, love, and laughter. And our whole purpose and intention is that you feel really comfortable here, that you get to relax into who you really are, that you get to remove any kind of masks that you feel like you have to put on in the world and just be you. Always like the idea of the guru, G, you are you, okay? So be yourself and see how it feels, because it's really an amazing experience to just know everything is all right. I'm going to start our service today with a moment of prayer. So if we can close our outer eye, open our inner eye, and let's breathe into this beautiful day as we have experienced this sense of ho, 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 and ha, 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 and recognizing that this joy and peace and enthusiasm is always right there when we ignite it. And so we have a very important mission in this moment, and that is to send that sense of enthusiasm and wellness and life that comes from being alive, to send that energy to the country of Nepal. That the people in Nepal experienced an earthquake yesterday, and this shift that has happened with this earth has created, we know, many challenges and many uprisings as far as people's spirit and soul, and we know that we bless these lives, these people, all the people that love them. We send energy to that community, that country that is coming together even more powerfully through this experience. And we see that happening, that people are connecting even more spiritually, even more deeply, and even more comfortingly and kindly with one another. So let's just take a moment in the silence to send love, light, and even a little laughter to this experience that's happened in Nepal. So our opportunity is to keep our heart open, and when we hear or think about Nepal, send love to that country, to that situation, and know that that is your responsibility as a spiritual being, to hold the high watch for that experience and that shift in this world. And so we bless all those people, all their loved ones, and know that we are part of how that awakening will happen. Thank you, God. We know you are omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. And wherever people are and life is happening, you are there. And all is well and coming all the time into more wellness. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Unity is a community based on prayer, and I appreciate your willingness to be in that consciousness. Our dear congregants, Dwayne Barnes and Bee Young, their granddaughter is over in Nepal trekking, and last night they asked for prayer because they did not know where Hannah was. And in the first service, we all sent out that prayer energy that we just did, and during the service, Dwayne left the sanctuary and came back in with the news that they heard from Hannah's group and that she is well. So I can tell you, prayer is amazing, so thank you. Thank you, because I know when situations like this happen, we can feel so hopeless and unclear, and what we can do always is to send that energy of light and love and just visualizing them as well and bonding. And I know many stories will come out of this experience about people that were connecting in ways they never would have connected before had it not been for this experience. So we just breathe into that big heart space. So I want to tell you a number of things that are happening here at this community of light, love, and laughter. We are open 7 days a week. Many, many things are going on all the time. Of course, you want to go to unitychicago.org. Everything is there. Also, look in your bulletin. I know it has many, many pages. Take them home and really look at everything, because you may not hear something here, or you may forget it. So be sure and put it on your refrigerator if you do those things. The first thing is that our business directory is out in print. It was created by Dan Paterno, who's not here today, but boy, if you see Dan, tell him thank you. He did all this, tithed his own time to put this wonderful directory together with colors and so many beautiful, talented people of this community. So if you're looking for almost any service, it is here in our business directory. If you advertise in the business directory, it is free for you. If you would like to get this lovely book full of many, many services, it's $5. You can also download it on our website, unitychicago.org. It's a downloadable experience, and if you want to print it out, that's fine, but we got it right here. So why would you can just get it now. We have two big part of our fundraising efforts are bringing wonderful speakers to Unity. And of course, you receive as you give. And so James Von Prague is here in June, the 17th, the 18th, medium clairvoyant, an evening of spirit is what this is titled. And then Marianne Williamson, probably should have put this first because she's in May, and she is here with her book Year of Miracles with a talk Living Miraculously. And Friday night will be her focus on the book, and then Saturday's more an interactive workshop. So we have almost sold out, but we have some tickets, and I know that we have many people that are in the publicity business that will be publicizing them the week before they're here, which is TV and radio. So if you want a ticket, get a ticket, because we will be sold out, and we'd love you to be here. So this year, June 28th, we are participating big time in the Pride Parade. Yes, that's right. You want to, and come on up here so everybody can see us. So our team leader with his crown on, I tell you, get very regal when you lead a team, is Doug McMorris. So let's give Doug a big hand. And this year we are renting a trolley. Oh, it's going to be so cute. I believe it's red. And it seats 32 people, so people can sit, you can get off, you can get on, you can do what you want to do. We're going to decorate it. And so the church is paying the entry fee of $550, but the trolley and the T-shirts and bracelets and all the things we want to do, we're estimating $2,500. So we just have big buckets for big prosperity. That's something like, what, $100 for 25 people, or $50 for 50 people, or, my brain, I was good at math, but $25, for 100 people. So there you go. Anyway, we can do this thing. So just put your bucks in the bit and then come with us on the parade. June 28th, there's a table upstairs and a table downstairs, and you cannot miss the Pride Parade tables. Yes, just like we are colorful. So thank you, Doug, and go do that. June 28th. All right, if you want to go to Alaska, Unity is having a cruise, many Unity churches, the 19th through the 26th of September. So if you're led to do that, there are flyers, and if you sign up in the month of April, you get a free excursion. So just know that that is happening. And next Sunday, we have a huge experience. You may want to get up early. In fact, you absolutely want to get up early, so you can be here for both services, because at the 9:30 service, the youth are leading the service. And if you'd like to be re-inspired with your youth, then come on and come. It's going to be called We're All in This Together. It's a yearly experience where the youth runs the service. But you will not be missing out on your Wizard of Oz experience, because at 11:30 we're going to have the talk, Which Witch Are You? And it's very interesting. My sisters, Divine Order, are going to be in town. So we will be doing the talk together. Can you imagine asking your sisters, which witch are you? I wonder. We do know who the good witch was. Yes. But my sisters, Holly and Tammy, will be in town. And so come at 9:30 for the youth service, and then come at 11:30, and we'll have our Wizard of Oz extravaganza. All righty. Yes, and there's also a table downstairs. Marilyn Jaffe has a table downstairs too. Next week we're going to have a huge promotion for teachers, but we really are looking for new teachers, for people that want to be with the youth ministry. You could do that at 9:30 and come to the 11:30 service. We also have opportunities to teach in the summer, to bring your craft, your talent. And I see many of you dancers and painters and all kinds of, so the kids really want to know about this. And guess what? It'll bring out that kid in you. So Marilyn Jaffe has a table downstairs. And all right, so this is Friendship Sunday, and we have a gift for the friends. And so if you brought a friend, if you'd stand up with your friend, we have a flower, we have a free DVD downstairs. Yeah, right on. Thank you. So glad. So we all came here because of thank you. Thank you for playing that song. It's great. All right. And we know most of us were brought here from friends. So I'm so glad you brought a friend, and we just really want you all to feel at home. Just know you go downstairs afterwards, you get a free DVD of a service, and we'd love you to get your DVD. So I'm going to light our candle, because we know we don't want that, don't want to forget we are the light of the world. So we take off the cloak of the outer world, and we put on the light sweater of spirituality, being spring and all. There you go. Powerful. So we say, I am the light of the world. Put your hands on your chest. I am the light of the world. And then to two neighbors, rather than running across to another section, you are the light of the world. Look at your neighbor. And then we say together, somebody say, hey, you're the light of the world over there. You're blinding me. Okay, and now we say together, we are the light of the world. We are the light of the world. Fantastic. So I'm going to have you all rise and say to one another, thank you for being a friend. All right? Thank you for being a friend. And at least I forget, you all friends, we have a cake for you downstairs. So the rest of you, if someone has a yellow rose, please let them go and get a piece of cake, right? Right, so remember how generous we are. We have a lot of cake too, but please, let the yellow rose people go first. Okie dokie. I am so honored and excited to have our musical guest with us today. Janice Stanfield, her music has touched my life for years, allowed me to do things that I never believed I could do. You know, it's interesting when you hear powerful spiritual music. It's not that the music inspires you, but what really happens is you remember something within yourself that you hadn't known before. And then you can experience things that you haven't done before and you have no idea how you can do them. Jana, let me tell you what Jana wants to say about herself, because I have lots of things to say about Jana, but she is our special music guest today, and she's one of the pioneers in New Thought. She's one of the New Thought troubadours. Jana is a triple platinum selling songwriter with songs on radio, television, and movies. She's been winning awards for her New Thought music going all the way back to the very first Posse Music Awards. So it's been quite a while, and it's amazing that we're both 35. I don't know how that works. Anyway, so I have certainly been buying her CDs all that time, and I'll share with you about how one of her songs changed my life, because they are filled with great songs. We have them today, of course, for you, and they will be available after the service. I saw Jana last night just when I was looking up. I wanted to hear her sing on my web experience, and she has 2 TED Talks, so that's very exciting. And she leads volunteers. This woman goes all over the world. She's taken people to Thailand and Bali, Vietnam, Cambodia, Burma, and all in the way of enriching us through experiencing other cultures, and then certainly with her beautiful music. So our question today in looking at the Cowardly Lion is being brave, having courage, knowing that it's been inside of you all the time. So let us welcome Jana Stanfield.
They did a study asking women if they would use the word brave to describe themselves. And maybe because brave seems more masculine to some, there were many who wouldn't describe themselves as brave, and yet they had overcome breast cancer, been single moms, gone back to school, done things that were very courageous. So I like to use courage and brave interchangeably. Courage comes from the French word courage, heart, spirit. So when we act from heart and spirit, that's courage, that's brave. So ask yourself, ask your heart these questions. What would I do if I knew I could not fail? If I believed with the wind always fill up my sail? How far would I go? What could I achieve? Trusting the hero in me. If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread, and never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? This song will come back to you a lot easier if you're willing to try it with me. Just saying, what would I do today if I were brave? 4 times like this. What would I do today if I were brave? Try it. What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What if we're all meant to do what we secretly dream? What would you ask if you knew you could have anything? Like the mighty oak sleeps in the heart of a seed, are there miracles in you and me? If I were brave, I'd walk the razor's edge, where true believers dare to tread, and I'll never lose faith, even when losing my way. What step would I take today if I were brave? Would you sing it with me now? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? What would I do today if I were brave? If I refuse to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? Maybe this is what I'd hear. I am brave enough to move ahead where true believers dare to tread, and I'll never lose faith even when losing my way. What step will I take today? I am brave. This time could we sing, what will I do today? I am brave. Like this. What will I do today? I am brave. 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 I am brave. I am brave. One more time. I am brave. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Glad to see some of you recognize it. I saw some people singing along.
That's right. They turned off my mic because I was singing along in the first service. Yeah. That's right. Oh my gosh. So Jana's going to do a little of this talk with me. Is that a great song? Yeah. Right? I know. I tell you, when that song was so amazing in my life, it still is. But there was a time when I first heard it. It was 1999, and I went to visit a friend on Maui. And I went to Maui when I was a teenager, but you don't ever appreciate anything when you're a teenager. You can't just wait. Couldn't wait to get home and talk to my friends, and it was boring, and everybody played that ukulele, and what the heck, who cares? But when I went back many years later, I had this huge experience of, I need to experience this place, this openness, this love, these smells, the wind, the music, people that worship through movement and singing. And I felt so clear about that. And then the next thought was, I can't do this. How am I possibly going to do this? And I came back to the mainland, and guess what everybody said to me when I said, I want to move to Maui? You're crazy. And the other big one was, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. So that's going to be my life. I wanted to have a dream. Oh no, it's too expensive. My dream is too expensive. I've never seen that on a poster, and I hope I never do. But these words, of course, are, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? But that the wind always filled up my sail. How far would I go? What could I achieve trusting the hero in me? So my dream's too expensive, but I could trust the hero in me. Which one has more life? Which one feels like the merry old land of Oz? Right? It's trusting the hero in me. And this idea of knowing that we can't fail in being who we are. So whatever it is that's allowing your heart to feel larger and exciting you, it's really the thing that you're here to do. The rest of it is really sort of a distraction. So what step would I take today if I were brave and that I trusted the hero in me? Because hero is an interesting word. Most of us think of hero as somebody outside of us. I mean, I love this song of Jana so much. Jana became my hero, and that was great, except for sometimes when we see somebody else as a hero, then we sort of diss ourselves. We see other people as a hero, and then we do things like we forget to eat. We forget to sleep. We forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to go to a healer. We forget to tell our own story, because everybody else is a hero. I mean, think of the heroes that we grow up with, right? They're called superheroes. They put on those capes and those masks, and they can do everything. Anybody ever tried to do everything? Okay, right? Okay, and so let's look at these folks, right? Okay, here they are. And what's interesting to me, and we have women and men, oh yes, that none of them are smiling. Right? It's not fun to have to take care of the world. This isn't great. And if you also know, these people sort of don these outfits because we know Superman is really Clark Kent, right? And Clark Kent's just your average, mild-mannered, obviously pretty bright, and probably a really heart-centered guy, but he's not enough, right? So you got to run in and put all this stuff on, and okay, now I'm powerful. But I would like to suggest to us that the hero is already in you since the day you were born. The miracle's already happened. You're here. And so your opportunity is to really know that every new idea is going to stretch you. And Maui was one of my big stretches. So I had to arm myself with spiritual truth. And this CD, now this was a while ago, but doesn't it just look like Oz with all the colors? And here was Jana, long dark hair. Things have changed a little bit because we evolved. And it's got a crack in it, and it had 2 CDs. And I know the second song, but I just always kept playing the first song, which is If I Were Brave. And I listened to this for a year, and I screamed it in my car because my other part that wasn't so brave I was very attached to it. And so I listened to it over and over again. You know, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? Well, I'd do all kinds of things. Because this idea of failing is so prevalent. Somebody told you don't do that right. You made a bad grade. You're not smart. I have a friend that, I tell you, if he says it one more time, I'm going to hit him like Dorothy hit the lion. I'm an idiot. I'm like, you're not an idiot. Quit saying it. You know, it's not true. So the thing is that we want to listen to these songs. We want to listen to these experiences. We want to come into communities that talk about how would I live if I knew I could not fail. And so our invitation today is, what step would I take if I were brave? You know, for me, I put a map on my wall of Hawaii. And I had a world map, so it was kind of weird. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I want to move to that itty-bitty island in the middle of nowhere, and I know one person, rather than, aloha, I'm going to have a new experience. And so I had to listen to this piece of music and be very much a part of new thought thinking, because it was a new thought to me to see myself with the lei, doing the hula, you know, hanging out with a lot of happy people on Maui. That was really new for me. So I so appreciated this song. I played it, I listened to it, I had it in my cells. And then one day I went to this house concert, and who was playing and sitting on the same row? Janice Stanfield. And it was just so amazing because I had put her on such a pedestal. I'm like, oh, you know, it's her. I probably still had it in my purse. I had listened to this so much. But I've come to know Jana, and I'm going to have her come up here in a minute, that, you know, what is it? What is that energy that brings the ministry out in people? Because it's in all of us. That song, that healing practice, that dance, that, you know, it could be bookkeeping. It doesn't matter as long as you're having fun doing it. Because, and how do we today say, what step would I take today if I were brave? Because I had to really think about the people that were already living on Maui. I had to hang out with people and be with people that were willing to take risks to be who they are. So today, and I was going to say this starts really early, this hero thing. I took a picture of this young man, very young man, boy, in fact, in Starbucks. See, he was already starting. He was running around Starbucks with his Superman cape on, and he was very cute, and he was having fun. But we recognize when you get to be older and you've got to put all this garb on, and then you're out tackling the world, it's really not much fun. And it's so much easier just to relax into your greatness. And what step would I take today if I were brave? So today in our Wizard of Oz, we are being with our dear friend, the Cowardly Lion. And I'd like you to notice as we play the clip of the Cowardly Lion that he comes out like we do in life. I got this covered. I'm the lion. I'm supposed to be strong and brave and scare people. And you'll notice that the real strength, which we'll talk about today, is vulnerability. Oh, yes, it is. So watch the Cowardly Lion, and then we'll talk with Janice Stanfield. I hope y'all can see. If you need to move, I think this is good. Yeah.
I don't like this forest. It's dark and creepy.
Of course, I don't know, but I think it'll get darker before it gets lighter.
Brain.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
We might. Animals that eat straw?
Some, but mostly lions and tigers and bears.
Lions?
And tigers?
And bears.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Put 'em up. Which one are you afraid? I'll fight you both together if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, pulling an axe on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why?
Here. Go away and let us alone.
Oh, scared, huh? Afraid, huh? How long do you stay fresh in that can? Come on, get up and fight, you shivering junkyard. Put your hands up, you lopsided bag of hay.
Now, that's getting personal, Lion.
Yes. Get up and teach him a lesson.
Well, what's wrong with you teaching them?
Well, I hardly know him.
Well, I'll get you anyway, Pee-wee.
Shame on you!
What did you do that for? I didn't buy them.
No, but you tried to. It's bad enough picking on a straw man, but when you go around picking on poor little dogs.
Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding?
Well, of course not. My goodness, what a fuss you're making. Well, naturally, when you go around picking on things weaker than you are, why, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right. I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all. I even scare myself. Look at the circles under my eyes. I haven't slept in weeks.
Why don't you try counting sheep?
That doesn't do any good. I'm afraid of them.
Yes, and little did we know that was the beginning of the lion's awakening. And do you recognize that his vulnerability and his willing to say, I'm afraid, drew all of his friends to him. And so perhaps that way that we go into being a superhero and needing for we need to rescue the world somehow is really doesn't allow us to have this life that we're born to live. And so number one, I feel like I have met one of the Beatles when I met you, I must admit. So I'm just so happy to meet you. I mean, no pressure. But I wanted to know, Jana, when we read these books that we love and we hear these songs that we love, I always love to hear the story behind how the song came to you and what you
Which
did.
one?
Yes, that's right.
You know, if I were really brave and not vulnerable, we probably wouldn't have met. If I
Sure.
were not vulnerable, I wouldn't have written the song, What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave?
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't write the song, the sister song to that, What Would I Do This Year If I Had No Fear? If I had no fear, why would I take the time to write that?
That's right.
But I have spent a lot of my life just filled with fear. And not only that, but I spent a lot of time filling other people with fear. You know how I did that? When I got out of college, when I was in college, I couldn't decide whether to be a missionary, social worker. I wanted to do global good. I didn't want to be a missionary that would preach. I just wanted to help people in the world. But what were my natural gifts? I wasn't a nurse. I couldn't really be a missionary that does things that people really need in the world because my gift was the gift of gab.
And I told her how you could put that together, you could be a minister. Yes, yes. And
As you hear a little of my story this morning, you'll notice only God could see that there is a middle way between these things that we can't see when we're 20. You were 14. We can't see those things. And so we take that step that's in front of us. And then what I notice that I have done is that step is okay. And then I just get stuck there because I'm afraid to continue taking brave steps. So I got stuck being a television news reporter, filling people with fear. I told God I wanted to be on TV. I learned you need to be more specific.
yes.
Just like when I found out that there had been this vote taken for someone who had, people thought should be on the Grand Ole Opry, should perform on the Grand Ole Opry. And there was a campaign done. It was the early days of the internet. And all of these people, it was between me and Janice Ian. We both lived in Nashville at the time. More people were on my email list. So they voted me on to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. And that's another time I learned, be more specific. Not only that, but spell check your prayer requests. I wanted to be on Oprah.
Oh, yeah. That's so great. That's so great. And it was from this job that you said earlier that it was the perfect job for someone else, right?
I knew for 4 years.
Well, it's better than
That-
Moses with 40, but 4.
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay.
That I was taking up space in someone else's dream job. Have you ever taken up space in someone else's dream job? Because it's comfortable enough, or it's not that uncomfortable. It's not that uncomfortable all the time.
And it was comfortable, right? We talked about it's something that most people, whatever they're in, it worked for a while. But we're ever evolving souls, so.
And the thing is, it never was comfortable. It never was. But I was too afraid. I was like that cowardly lion.
Right, right. And so what happens is you get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I love when people come to me and they go, my life's falling apart. I'm like, perfect. Right?
Yeah,
right.
divine discontent.
It's a divine discontent we talked about last time. And, Dorothy had to get out of Kansas.
Yeah.
And I had to say, sorry, if anybody's from Kansas, but she needed to go on and have her multicolored life.
Yeah.
And so tell us how did you just quit?
I'll
Or
tell you.
what happened for you to leave?
Telling myself that I was taking up space in someone else's dream job had 2 effects. One, I knew that there was some other girl who was dreaming of doing this.
So it was a little bit codependent, but
she-
nonetheless, it got
Hey.
you out of it. Okay.
Codependency worked for me.
Yeah, I understand. I had the same, that's how I got out of my job
so
too.
someone else could not have this job, but then the other side of that is there must be some other thing for me to do. And I knew. Now, what I wanted was to be the next big thing in music. And when we take a point A, like I wanted my big A, my plan A, accolades, achievements, accomplishment, admiration. That was the only thing that gave me the incentive to leave because I wanted that so much. So I left that job and I moved to Nashville.
Great. And
to
tell
make
us,
it.
Yes. And did that happen right away?
Well, 4 years later, 4 years later, I'm still bashing my head against the wall of being a big star.
But
Has
tell me-
anyone else bashed their head against that wall?
And tell me, when you got to Nashville, like when I went to Maui and the whole wedding, I had a wedding business, but did you find that you felt better for making that decision?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just I felt like that sense of I'm honoring God in me by listening to my inspiration. And
and it really is stepping out in faith. So when we take that step, we become, I think, even more close to our spirituality because we're exploring. I have a song called I'm Not Lost, I'm Exploring. So while trying to write songs that would be on the radio and be number one, I was also writing little songs for the people in my 12-step program. Songs like I'm Not Lost, I'm Exploring. The trick is to learn to enjoy the ride. What is mine will find me. And as I was writing those songs, there came a day where I went to Atlanta to visit some friends for dinner. Brief story. Anyone here by applause ever heard of Megan McDonough? So I got to my friend's house. We were going to dinner. I was starving. They said, we're going to 5 Points for dinner. We went to 5 Points, and I looked down the street, and there was this theater, and there was a sign up on the theater. It said, The Four Bitchin' Babes, one night only. One night only. The Four Bitchin' Babes, a folk music show. Folk music? Didn't that go out decades ago? And yet, I was so drawn to that I told my friends, go ahead and go to dinner. But Jenna, you said you were starving. I am starving, but I've got to go see this thing. Because
I'm starving to live my life.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I'm writing these songs, and I saw Julie Gold was one of the Bitchin' Babes, and she wrote, From a distance there is harmony. I went there, and the show was nearly over. And I said, well, since the show is nearly over, could I just go in for free? No, you're going to have to pay full price.
For your life.
Yeah.
Yes, you are prosperous.
So I took the money I was going to use for dinner. I'm a struggling songwriter at that time. And I paid full price to see the end of their show. And as I watched them, I thought, dang, I'm a folk singer. This is not what I had in mind. This is my plan A. I don't want to be plan B. I don't want to be a folk singer. I'm going to starve for the rest of my life. And yet, this woman's voice, Megan McDonough, it went into my soul. The songs she sang, the words she sang, the words she wrote, the tone of her voice. If you've heard her sing, you know what I mean. There was something in me. And so, after that show, I thought, what would I do today if I were brave? That song hadn't been written at the time, but I was brave enough to write a letter to the Four Bitchin' Babes. And the letter told them about me and the music that I was doing. And I said, if you ever need a fill-in for one of the Bitchin' Babes, would you consider me as a fill-in for the Bitchin' Babes for anyone? Would you consider me? And I had my cassette tape to send with the letter. And I never mailed it because I wasn't brave enough. Have you ever not done something because you're afraid of the rejection, so you don't do it? What a surprise for me when later on I wrote the song, What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave? And it went on a Bitchin' Babes CD, recorded by, guess who?
Megan McDonough.
And that later on, after stalking her for quite a period of time,
Like I stalk you.
we actually became friends and wrote together the song that some of you know called You Will Do Amazing Things.
Which we'll do for meditation.
Who
yes.
else but God could orchestrate all of that? Who else but God knows what we are here to do? It's not our job to know. The answer to how is yes. The answer to how is yes to what step would I take today if I were brave? What
And Jana,
step
just
would
you,
I take?
and just you writing it down, because we talk all the time about, visioning and just writing things down. And so we have an opportunity for you all, since we are a community waking up together. Jana's idea, and then we put it into space, is that down in the hallway, there's 2 big poster boards. And one of them says, what step would I take today if I was brave? And one of them says, what would I do this year if I had no fear? And here they are. And they've got the courage medal with the lion right in the middle. So you all go down and write something, and it will probably post it somewhere. So if you don't want anybody to know, don't put your name on it. But write what you what comes through you today as we're having this conversation of the heart.
And what I would do is go on the right side first. What would I do this year if I had no fear? And then after that, what step would I take today if I were brave? What's one little tiny step you can take to say yes to that? Tiny, tiny baby step. That's how it happens. Baby steps.
Yes. And then pretty soon you are experiencing that in your own mind, in your own consciousness, and everything you need comes to you in these circuitous ways. Like you said, all of a sudden you all are together and you're writing this song, and it's, and I just love going back to our symbol of the lion, that underneath all of that sort of, I gotta show up in the world and save everybody or take everything, is this real sweet vulnerability. You said when you went to Nashville, and you'd said at the first service, you found the 12-step program.
That's
right.
And that's how I found Unity Church, because my 12-step program, ACOA, met in the 12-step.
So all those A's that you wanted, you got 2 A's. AA, yes.
ACOA.
Yeah, ACOA.
And just like you said with the lion, when the lion showed his vulnerability, that's when the other vulnerable people joined together. They could say they were afraid too. And then that foursome continued on that spiritual journey together. Go with us. We can't do it alone.
No.
We can't do it alone. We need each other. That's why we come. That's why we come on Sunday mornings, to be with other people who choose to believe and choose to step out on faith, taking that baby step of saying yes to the rest of our destiny. What is the rest of your destiny? Is it to stay stuck doing the day job that is keeping someone else from theirs? What's your next brave step?
I like it. And then to really recognize, when I moved to Maui, the 2 groups I got in touch with was my 12-step program and Unity on Maui. So I was sort of, what do I have to worry about? Nothing. I have a whole family. And it was extraordinary to watch how, it's such a shift in God trying to have God's way through us, and we try to not do it. So
I'm getting an insight. Your plan A was, I want to go to Maui. Your plan B was, we want you to be part of Unity. We want you to be in AA. We want you to be with the people you're here to be with. Isn't that beautiful? I sometimes think that God gives us a carrot on a stick. That carrot was, I'm going to be rich and famous. I'm going to live in Maui. But we need to have something, some shiny object, to pull us off of being stuck, so that we can be what we're here to be. I would much rather be writing What Would I Do Today If I Were Brave than to be a big star writing songs like, I'd rather have a frontal lobotomy than a bottle in front of me. No, that would be the AA version. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
It's true. And we are changing the wiring here. And I wanted to put up the lyrics from because that's the sister song.
The sister song is a newer song, because we need to take the next step. What would I do this year if I had no fear? And It doesn't have to be big things. What are some little tiny things on your bucket list? Little tiny things. As we do these little things and they just show up for us, it gives us more courage for the big things.
And so you want to read these lyrics?
So I'm making a list of things I haven't done in life and my whiny ass excuses for why I never tried. The Palomino, never ridden. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting when I go to ride horses somewhere. I look and I see, is there a Palomino? Because this is on my bucket list. And it's just going to be a little thing between me and God. When that Palomino shows up, it's going to be God going, gotcha. Gotcha.
You said you wanted to ride a Palomino like Trigger.
Like Trigger.
Yes. Get a visualization.
The piano never played. That was one of those paths not taken. My mother taught piano lessons, which was the reason I just couldn't possibly do that. Did you ever make any dumb decisions when you were a teenager not to take opportunities that were right there? Oh, I also wouldn't sing with my dad's band. You know why? It was a country band. It was so uncool. It was just embarrassing. Anyone else?
And now you do take piano with your mom,
Yeah,
right?
when I go to my mom's, I take piano with my mom. It's lovely. Until we have a big fight, because I don't want to do it her way. But then I remember why I stopped doing that.
So this being brave and taking these steps really heals what needs to be healed. It reveals what needs to be revealed. It heals what needs to be healed. I know, when I moved to Maui, I thought it was going to be bliss and all, and it was for, about 6 months. And then, of course, I recognized I brought myself there. And I was sort of forced into this, sort of silent retreat practice, which I still have today, to take a period of time and be quiet. And we have silent days here now. And so I thought the thing that I thought was going to be this, and it ended up being this, which was this huge gift to myself, like your 12-step program. And so our question for all of us today, that there's nothing we can't start today, that what is ever on your heart is yours to do, that we can be like that lion and go around and try to, save the world, or Superman or Wonder Woman, but it's exhausting and not why you're here. And to be able to listen to, what would I do today if I knew I could not fail? The wind always filled up my sail. How far would I go? What would I achieve? Trusting the hero in me.
And taking that first baby step. One first baby step is to go down there, to make a commitment, to go down there and write something. Maybe a place you've always wanted to go, something you've always wanted to experience, to write it down. And then, what step will I take today? It would take me one baby step toward it.
Now, Megan and Jana together wrote the song Amazing Things. So we know we are here to do amazing things. You may have forgotten that. I am amazing. Can we say that together? I am amazing. Skip Sams reminded us on Wednesday that we're very good at saying I'm stupid, or I'm not good, or I'm fat, or I'm ugly, or I'm whatever. But to say I am amazing may feel a little different. So let's say it together. I am amazing. And let's take that energy of the vulnerability of the lion, the vulnerability of the two of us standing up here talking about things that, ways that we've experienced going beyond fear, and just allowing spirit to guide you into what step would I take if I were brave. And let's use this song, Amazing Things, to remind us how amazing we are. Think of you as that newborn baby. Was that amazing? Just that you're born? 100%. God was laughing, God was smiling, and we got to keep up with that energy. So we're going to sing together the chorus, and Megan will lead us in some verses. Well, the chorus, the verses, and then we'll have some period of silence.
And let's change it to, I am here to do amazing things. Amazing. Sing it with me. Amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. Amazing. Amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. You will do amazing things. with the choice each new day brings. And with every step we take, let's bless the progress that we make. The reason we live is here in every gift we give. Love your life, love your dreams. We're here to do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things.
So we breathe into that incredible vibration of open hearts and open minds, the willingness to recognize that your truest strength is your vulnerability, your willingness to say, I don't know how this is going to work out, but the how is not only none of my business, the how is a yes. So we take this in very small steps, asking ourselves, what would I do today since I am brave? How would I live if I knew that I cannot fail? What would that inspiration be if it was unleashed? What if that sun that we see in the sky is really that bright light that wants to shine through you? Jesus told us that it was our Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom, that we have received everything we need to live this life of wildness and passion and adventure, being with our friends that will always support us and love us. We may feel like there's something that's missing, but when we let ourselves be loved as we are here, something new is ignited. I am amazing. I am here to experience amazing adventures. My opportunity is to keep up with my own passion. And so, like this beautiful season where everything around us is blooming, let's let ourselves rest in our greatness and experience the wonder of life breathing you. So take a break from any concern and allow your next inspiration, your next step to be revealed. What step would I take today since I am brave? In the silence, in the powerful silence. So we know this new idea needs to be nurtured and cared for. It's like a new baby being born. It needs a lot of love and a lot of nurturing. And whether that's the dance you'll dance or the song you'll sing, the conversation you'll have, the experience of being out in this wonderful nature, maybe brave to just give yourself some rest time. But whatever it is, allow yourself to nurture it and love it. You were born in the image and likeness of God, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent. We harness that power today and focus it to allow this next chapter of your life to be revealed. What step would I take today since I am brave? And how do I live this year since I have no fear? This community loves us as we learn to love ourselves, and we are truly here to be amazing and to do amazing things.
Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I'm here to do amazing things. That's a Megan McDonough ending.
Well, that was ended on a high note. Yeah. We invite you congregants to speak the names that you want to hold in prayer at this time. We hold our community, our minister, our board, our staff, and our beloved volunteers in prayer. We hold all the names up on the screen in prayer. We thank you, God, for prayers already answered. Amen. We are your prayer chaplains for today, Sue Ellen, Rosie, and me, Tom. We invite you to pray with us in the Fillmore room. As you walk out the sanctuary, to your right, you'll find the Fillmore room. Also, there's a prayer box there. We encourage you to write down your prayers and put them in that box, and we hold them sacred. And they are prayed over for 30 days and sent to Unity Village afterwards for more prayer. They're really powerful. And so are prayers in the prayer room with us prayer chaplains. We hold you in strict confidentiality. We respect you, we love you. We're here to share with you. We're here to raise you up. Thank you very much.
Well, I feel pretty amazing. How about you all? That's pretty good. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Well, let me tell you, gratitude, the best prayer is thank you, right? And let me tell you how grateful I am that you all, because of your tithing in the month of March, we are tithing out into the community $8,900. Yes, I tell you. That's huge, y'all. We are in the flow, I tell you. So I'm going to go on through all of these, and then let's have we can clap then because we have a lot, and it's very exciting. So each month we tithe to Goldie's Place, a support center in our neighborhood for people who are homeless, and also to Unity Worldwide Ministries, our parent association, and to Silent Unity, our round-the-clock resource for prayer. Always Silent Unity is there, so do give them a call. This month, we're tithing to these sources of spiritual nourishment. The Night Ministry. Since 1976, the Night Ministry has provided meals and other services at the moment of need on the street to Chicago's most vulnerable youth and adults. Unity's own Night Ministry teams participate in the good work of this organization by preparing brown bag meals monthly and distributing them on designated street corners. I'm now going to retract what I just said because I want all the Night Ministry volunteers to stand up. I know Peter's here, and who else works with stand up here? Any other Night Ministry? Because it's a big deal. Thank you, Peter. Okay. They obviously are 930 folks. There's a bunch of them. We are also tithing to Reverend Dr. Chris Michaels and the Center for Spiritual Living in Kansas City. Reverend Chris was with us for Sunday services and also met with the board and provided training, tithed his time, so now we're tithing to him. For 25 years, Reverend Chris has inspired, empowered, and educated others to find their true calling. You know, we studied the book, The Power of You. We're also tithing to Reverend Edwin Gaines and the Edwin Gaines Seminars, Inc. Yes, I know. Yay, Edwin. Edwin has made 100% commitment to the transformation of the abundance consciousness in the world. Has she ever? She's the author of the book, The 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity, which we will study this year. She's an ordained Unity minister since 1979. Oh my gosh, she knows her stuff. Owner and director of the Rock Ridge Retreat Center in Valley Head, Alabama. She's also the president of the Master's School in Valley Head, Alabama, where she's trained over 500 master prosperity teachers. And we'll be going there to walk across fire someday. Oh, yes, we will. All right, yes. So I'm just telling you. Our next tithe is to the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. The annual NOCC walk to end the silence on ovarian cancer is May the 2nd. We hold in our hearts our beloved Reverend Erica Trantham and Mary Lee Riley, both of whom were great teachers on living life to the fullest while they experienced ovarian cancer. You may register for the walk online or at Cellular Field the day of the walk. We are tithing to Northside Community Resources. It was organized in 1952 to improve the quality of life in Rogers Park through social, civic, and educational initiatives that foster health and welfare, urban renewal and conservation, law enforcement and community organization. Programs include housing, multicultural resources, and senior services. We're also tithing to the AIDS Ride, and both of our congregants that were in were in the last service, Carl Branch and Patty Dahlquist, and other congregants are participating in this annual event. The AIDS Chicago Ride is a 2-day, 190-mile bicycling event created by volunteers and designed to raise needed monies for TPAN and community partners. Finally, we're tithing to Empower Music and Arts. We were treated to a wonderful concert on Friday night with Richard McDeesey, Megan McDonough, and Sue Riley. Empower is a community dedicated to creating positive global change through music, writing, and the spoken word. Jana Stanfield is certainly a part of this also. So let's give ourselves and all these communities a hand. Yes. So remember that your tithe suggestion comes from congregants, and to make a suggestion, please go to suggesttithe@unitychicago.org, and please join me in our affirmation. We are making a difference in the world. Oh my gosh, are we? We are. And so now, from that great sense of gratitude and seeing how the flow certainly happens here at Unity in Chicago, we give from that sense of wholeness and wellness and gratitude for being spiritually fed and knowing that your tithes bless our building, our grounds. We have 3 acres here. I mean, it's really big. So all of your tithes go to continue to have this beautiful place we call our home on Thome. So you can certainly give here with a check. You can give outside at the electronic giving site. Some people give in prosperity class. You can give online. Next week, we're going to have an app on your phone. Oh my gosh. We can turn it back on just for that. All right. So So if you'll just hold your tithe, your love offering, or just put your hands together with that glorious energy of you, and let's just breathe into the gratitude of having this beautiful ground and building in which we worship and we share and we love and we laugh and we cry and we get to be who we are. So this world wakes up through you being awake. So let us say together our conscious giving blessing. There's a couple of lines added at the end. You don't want to miss them. All right, so here we go. Divine love richly flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you for the blessings of this day. Thank you for the blessings on the way. And Jana is going to lead us in a brand new prosperity song called More Than Enough. Of course, if you listen to her CD as much as I did, I know it. But so we're going to sing the chorus.
I'll sing it for you first, so you know how it goes. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed. I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Hey, no, 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 more than enough. Try that part. Hey, no, 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 more than enough. Two more of those. Hey, no, 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 more than enough. One more. Hey, no, 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 more than enough. All right, here we go on this part. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed. I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Sing it with me. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. All right, now to get these words planted in our brains like an earworm that you will remember all week. Let's do this chorus one more time. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed. I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Two more. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Last time. Hey, na, 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 more than enough.
Thank you. My rock star. Oh, the queen of heavy mental. We're glad you're here. Yes. All right. So let's just breathe into that glorious feeling of gratitude. Oh my gosh. Sometimes we forget how amazing it is just to be alive. What a blessing to be alive right here and right now, this beautiful day with these beautiful people, this wonderful music. We are so blessed. And so we give from that sense of gratitude. We want things to move in our life. We want our breath to move. We want our love to move. We want our money to move. Money loves to move. Let's say that together. Money loves to move. Anything we want more of, we really want it to move. And so we bless this place, Unity in Chicago, that blesses our lives and so many lives. And if you repeat after me, we bless these love offerings. We bless these love offerings. They allow unity in Chicago. They allow unity in Chicago to prosper and thrive. Prosper and thrive. I am a blessing. And I am blessed. I let the God times roll. And so it is. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Thanks. All right, well, a couple of things. But the step I'm taking, since I am brave, is I'm going to my parents' beach house this afternoon in Galveston. I'm writing a book proposal that I'm sending to Hay House. Yay! Okay, so here is your dog. Yes, and so I am going to need to leave because I did used to work for the airlines, but they still don't hold the plane for me. No, they don't. So I will need to depart now. I want you to know Jana will have a table out here. You have to go to Oak Park, so she'll be out there. Her things are out there. JanaStanfield.com. Will you come back and visit us? Yes. Okay, all right. So let's give Jana another hand. I love you. We'll talk to you. All right. We're thinking about doing a women's workshop. Would that be a good thing to do? Yes.
Would you guys come if we did
yes,
that?
And we'll do it. Yes.
All
there you go. Okay. Shar Bennington, y'all. All right. Yay, Shar.
In an effort to get things moving quickly, some late breaking news. Just married. Unity members John and Matthew were legally wed last night by our own Reverend Heidi. And for the first time, announced as Mr. John and Mr. Matthew Scothorn. We are so happy and we love our Unity family, a message from them. So the gorgeous flowers were donated by them. So we are grateful to John and Matthew, and we congratulate them wholeheartedly. We did a video this morning and sent it to them. So here's a couple things just to update you on, and also check your bulletin and website for details. Have you had your eye on one of Howard Frank's gorgeous photographs in the gallery? Howard Frank right there, talented photographer. So you'll want to purchase it today because today is the last day. This Monday at 7, Lynette Hanover, she offers her seminar titled Career Success with Prayer, Meditation, and Visualization. Admission is $20. This Wednesday, our cafe is hosted by Michelle Schmall and Mark Burns and features hoisin chicken, pad thai, Asian salad, and chocolate-covered strawberries. Cafe begins at 6 p.m. Yeah. 7:30, we will experience a planetary meditation for peace and pranic healing with Dr. Legenia Bailey. I think she's here. Okay. So Wednesday, she will be here, and it will be a deeply enriching, healing evening. Note, the new date for Skip Sam's amazing mystical cabaret is June 26th at 7:30 p.m. So if you want to do that, mark that on your calendar. And please welcome a woman of many, many talents, including gardening, Barbara Woodbury.
The last time you saw me in this ridiculous hat, I wanted your money. This time I want your bodies. You were so generous with your money that in 2 weeks we've got an incredible shipment of flowers coming in that need to be planted in the Unity Garden. That's why I need your bodies, because we don't have enough gardeners to put all the flowers in. Now, I know everybody in this room knows how to dig a hole, so don't tell me you're not gardeners. On Saturday, May the 9th, at 9:30 in the morning, I know you're grumbling and saying, we come to the 11:30 service. It should say May. Ignore it. Okay. Nobody at the 9:30 service noticed that. They were still asleep. You say we come to the 11:30 service. That's too early. That's okay. We're going till 3 in the afternoon. You don't have to show up at 9:30. Show up whenever you want, okay? But be sure you show up in time for lunch, because we're serving lunch. There are only 2 things that we ask. One, that you come down after the service today and sign up so that we've got food for you when you do show up, okay? And that you're willing to have a good time. That's it. You can spend as much time or as little time as you want that day. If you've only got an hour to spend, that's fine. If you've got several hours to spend, that's okay too. So see me after the service downstairs in the friendship room on what month? May. The 9th. Starting at what time? 9:30. No, for you guys it's any time.
Thank you, Barbara, for your talent in gardening and also your sense of humor. So, and yes, we've all dug holes that we didn't mean to dig, possibly. Okay, so for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we are so glad that you have joined us. We hope that you've enjoyed your experience here, and we have a small gift that we would love to share with you. And to be able to do that, we need to know who you are. So if you are here for the first time, if you would hold up your hand so our ushers can find you. Yay, thank you. Oh, lots of hands. So keep your hand up until we find you, because there are many, many. There's some there, there's a couple there. Yep, keep it up, and so that we can bring you not only a lovely red carnation, but also a, you get the carnation is what we're giving to you now, but what we'd love for you to do is come down to the welcome zone, which is downstairs on the first floor. There's a welcome banner, a blue welcome banner outside, because we'd love to get to know you more. So thank you so much for joining us today. And now, let us welcome back the very, very fabulous Jana Stanfield. Thank you.
This is a great song for a birthday or any day. We just had a family funeral in New Mexico, which is why I couldn't be here on Friday for the concert, and Megan McDonough was here, which is great because this is her church. And in case some of you don't know who she is, she's an amazing performer, songwriter, and she's a music director now at another church. So she's serving there, and that's the reason that you don't see her here. But when you go to a funeral, it helps us all look at how many days we have left, and what do I want to make sure I experience in the days that I have left. There's a brave soul inside I'm still longing to be. It's true. Buried so deep she's like a distant memory. She's sick and tired of waiting, holding her breath, wants to wake up and shake up the life I've got left. There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. No fear here. So I'm making a list of things I haven't done in life, and my whiny ass excuses for why I never tried. The Palomino never written, the piano never played, and I realize there's nothing that I can't start today by writing it on the list downstairs. There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. No fear here, no fear here. Da 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 da. Try that. No fear here. Two more. Da da da. No fear here, da 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 da. Last one. No fear here, da 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 da. So I'm starting with my A-list: Africa and Asia, Auckland, Antarctica, Alaska, and Australia. Next comes my B-list: be confident, be brave, be daring enough to refuse to behave. There's someone in my mirror whose voice keeps getting clearer, asking what would I do this year if I had no fear. No fear here, no fear here. Sing it. Da 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 da. for having me. I look forward to coming back to Unity of Chicago. Thank you.
Amazing. That's the only word I can use for you. Amazing. Thank you so much, and for your many, many contributions today.
And for Juan, who's been here how many years? 14 years, making everybody sound good. Thank you, Juan. Thank you.
And remember that Jana has CDs out in the Sunshine Gallery, and I think in her honor what we should do is we should zip downstairs and make sure that there's no white left on those two poster boards. What would I take the step today, and what would I do this year if I have no fear? Let's fill that up. So go down there, and now let's sing ourselves home. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.